Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Tonight, we've got one last present under the tree, our final Monday Nighter of the year, between the Oakland Raiders and the Arizona Cardinals. This fielded at the 2, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top? He's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, McDonald. That one is caught by Hunt. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd down. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 18 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown. 2nd and 9 now.
Well, watching the film, we saw
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Throwing on 3rd and long. McDonald. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Go! Hey, lock it! 60 outlaw!
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. Tackle made there by Buda Baker.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down, Dobbins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage. Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On 1st down, Swift. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
To throw on second down. Clifford. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 33. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you guys didn't come out of the gate. I know I offered my help with a few.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. In for the score as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Brett Maher on for the extra point.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
That time a 6-play drive, and it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
50, plant.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. From the gun on third down. McDonald, they'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. On the delay, here's Hunt. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss last week. You thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there. Another one in the first quarter.
He's every bit of what you described. And I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball. And that's what he's doing really, really well. And he's doing it in the offense's backfield.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They find some open field here. A big play that time for the Raiders. 61 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on first and 10.
He's checking. Cracks. Hey. Tighten up. Mike spot 4. 65. Now.
They'll try the left side. Dobbins. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Looking to throw on second down. Clifford. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
On the set. Look at me. Go.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now a give right side. Dobbins. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out now come the Cardinals. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, McDonald. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. He'll buy some time right. He'll try and run it. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock is going off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he's got his man on the out route. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals. Off the play fake. McDonald. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Rolling to his right. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the gun, McDonald, and that is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Ebukam make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Clifford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
I'm ready.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down. McDonald. And he completes it to Hunt. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage. What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And they'll have excellent field position to begin this drive as he's all the way up to midfield at the 50.
After return to midfield, I just wish we could open up the heads of the offensive and defensive coordinators, because right now the wheels have to be spinning because things just change. Offensive playbook just opens up, and now on defense, do you play aggressively or do you lay back a little bit to try and calm things down?
Corey Littleton there on the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Got a man open. It's Ross. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Clifford looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Hey, high 7.
On 1st down, Clifford. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the dump-off at 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll try the left side. Dobbins, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. 2nd and 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 3rd down, Hunt. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. They'll look to set up his blockers. 12 yards on the return that time. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Complete to Jones. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Julio Jones. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Marr, up and good.
I heard a coach talk about those late in the half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Christian Kirk and company heading back onto the field. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. On 3rd down, McDonald. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. We have hit halftime. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. As we count down through the final few weeks of the season, these guys have nothing to sweat about. They clinch the top spots, so the road to the Super Bowl, it runs through them.
And there's a natural inclination here, partner, to say, okay, a lot of guys aren't going to play down the stretch. We've clinched. We're ready to go. But there's another part where you say, let's show the league why we're the #1 team. Maybe you intimidate someone. Maybe you dissuade them from thinking that they can beat you in the playoffs by going out and being really impressive down the stretch.
Absolutely, and you want to take momentum into the playoffs. There's also pride on the line for these guys individually. Yeah, momentum and pride. Yeah, I'd make room for them and put them both in uniform.
Hey, Echo. Switch it. Rock it.
To throw on second down. Clifford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Samson Abukum in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Throwing on third and long. Clifford. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Samson Abukum has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
To me, the defense was a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here?
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Back to throw. Clifford, his throw incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time, and it's 3rd down. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it, because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
To throw on 3rd down, Clifford. It's caught. Jones. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They got a nice little drive brewing right here.
On 1st and 10, Clifford. Caught by Jones. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
152 fighter. Leo.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Clifford, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Looking to throw. McDonald. This one caught by Isabella. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. McDonald, they'll roll him out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Ready? 60 or.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back to throw. McDonald, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. He completes it to Jones. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 27 yards there, a first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They'll run on first down. Swift. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
You ain't doing nothing today. Undercrush. Go. Check 3. Go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 2nd and 2. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, McDonald able to find Kirk complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. McDonald sliding out of the pocket. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
2nd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Looking to throw. McDonald. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Back to throw. McDonald. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down.
I know that play went for no yardage, all right, but I like the attempt because the fullback position, whether it's a fullback, a tight end, an H-back, wherever you want in that spot.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Cameron Hayward, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
That ball complete to Isabella. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And the Raider D, they get the football back. On first down, Dobbins. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Leo. Hey, rock it. Rock. Ready?
That one looks like he'll throw here. This complete to Jones.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Flipper. Fair.
They'll try the left side. Swift. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go, boys. Got it.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
I got you. Right, yep. 54, right there. 54, Mike. All day.
Hey.
Check, Mike. 50.
Hey, Delta.
54.
Hey.
No. Off.
Kill. You're out.
Shift. Check 26.
Hey, lock it. Be careful.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Oakland, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0.